Hello everyone and welcome to another Supercoach video where today I'll be going through the round 4 review. And first off, to start, we've got the trades that we did. So out went SDK. Yep, I acknowledge that trade-in is a fail. Wanted to get out of the pick as soon as possible before he starts losing cash. At least he made me like 20 or 30k or something like that. We traded out Mitch Nevitt. Now this was originally going to be Connor Stone, but news came out late, as always, that Nevitt was out with fascienta plantaris foot injury thing. So we traded him out, but then saw on the team sheets that he wasn't out injured, he was out managed, and then saw also on the team sheets that he was listed as an emergency. Man, what the hell is going on with these Geelong injuries? Cannot trust their injury list. Wink, wink. Alright, so yeah, we got rid of Nevitt. We got rid of Camporeale because he wasn't selected. And yeah, we needed someone to come in and make us some money. And that person to bring us some money is Bice Baby, who scored a nice 123, but we'll get into that shortly. I think it was 123. Anyway, so he was a good pick in. Didn't trade in Connor O'Sullivan because, he's coached by Chris Scott, and I thought, he's going to get dropped. He can't be trusted. And he's probably the one Geelong player, well, maybe apart from Bailey Smith, that we actually want. So, that hurt a bit. But trading in Bice, makes that a little bit better. We traded in Humpty Dumpty. He didn't do too great on the weekend, but not to worry. And then brought in Bailey Smith as well. On to our captain, vice-captain. Well, I vice-captained TDK because, first few games he's gone like, 120, 130 plus. And, if you got a 120, I would have taken it. But no, he scores his lowest score when I actually put the vice-captain on him and I have a loophole. And captain, Dane Zorko, it started off the season, every game has gone 130 plus. Last time we played Richmond, he scored a 160. I think a captain on Zorko would be pretty safe, but no, he's come up and given us a sub-ton score, which, very disappointing. So, I just can't pick a captain to save myself at the moment. So, we go into my little spreadsheet thingy here. Okay, we got Dane Zorko, 94, another one in the red. So, that's brought our average for our captains so far this year down to 111.3, which is, very disappointing. Anyway, on to the team now. And, hey, it's Monday morning, so the ranks have actually updated. And we scored a 1976. Great year that year. No idea what happened in it, but we've gone up 5,500 spots. We've quartered our ranking from 20k to 14,759, which puts us in the top, 8%, I think it is, something like that. Yeah, top 8%. So, still a lot of room for improvement. All right, let's go on to the team. And, all right, so from the back line, we've got, like we said before, Dane Zorko, 94, very disappointing. Harry Sheasel, along with a few others, have come back to form. He actually played off halfback and was getting a lot of touches. So, 144, welcome back, Harry Sheasel. Hope you didn't trade him out. Jordan Clark, 101, solid enough, but, with this, I traded him a couple of weeks ago. I had the choice of Whitfield, Sinclair, and Bailey Dale, and I chose Jordan Clark. I think he might have been, so far, the lowest scoring of the lot. But, we hope that he will come good. Roberts, 77. Now, a bit of a worry. Is Bice taking points off him? I'm not sure. Or did Kangaroos just not, they kick pretty straight. They didn't kick many behind, so therefore not have many kick-ins. We'll have a look at him for another week. Bice Baby. 124. I think I said 123 before. No, it was a 124. He's definitely going to make us some cash, actually. What's his break even going to be now? Minus 98. So if he scores like maybe even just another, what's his projected? Even if he scores a 69, he's going to go up Yeah, nice. He's going to score, make another 73k. So, is it too late to get on him? I don't think so. He's still going to make, probably from this point, still going to make us 150k, I reckon. But very happy with that pick. And that softens the blow of me not going with Connor O'Sullivan. Zach Reed didn't play. I was going to use him as a loophole as my captain. Luke Traynor, another nice 82. He's training the house down, so yeah, and it's resulting in good scores. So well done, Lukey. And Liam O'Connell sitting on my bench, out concussed. He's probably going to be my loophole player for now. Oh, by the way, we're back to best 23 this week, or 22. So is it 23, 22? Yeah, no, whatever. Best 23, 22. Flex. I'm sorry. Anyway. Onto the midfielders. Lachie Neale, 130. Yeah, should have captained him. But yeah, hindsight and all that jazz. Connor Ruzi, 76. 10 points better than last week, but he was tagged by Winhager. Always, if I had Butters, Butters would have been tagged, so coaches just like to tag my players. Horn Francis moved him up to the forward from the forward line to the midfield, and he scored a nice 153. Hope you held him as well. A lot of teams, traded him out. He still lost some cash, so he's still under 500k. So I don't know. Do you get him back in? I'm not sure, but yeah. Obviously, I held. Chera, 99, the next best score you could possibly get after sub-tunning. Sorry, those were words. But not quite hit the ton. Still happy with this pick. Hopefully you can get more of those 110 plus type scores. Oliver, 98, also just under the ton. Everyone's got him, so not really too worried. He's playing in Adelaide this week against my boys, the Bombers, so expect him to go well there. He loves playing in Adelaide. O'Driscoll, 46. Now, what do we do here? I didn't watch the game, so I'm not sure what the severity of his ankle injury is. He came off after three-quarter time, I think it was. And I watched little bits of this game. Some of the umpiring decision against him was pretty harsh, which caused him to lose points, but yeah, anyway, that's what I thought. Anyway, so we'll have to wait for an injury report on O'Driscoll. Levi Ashcroft, 87. Thought he'd do well against Richmond. That should restart his cash gen making, so 26, but it should be even lower next week, provided he scores a decent score this week. Max Hall, 56. Whatever, rookie score. Lindsay didn't play. Hopefully he's back next week. A bit worried about Jack Henderson, who I put in the loophole here. So I didn't take the 32. I had Kako here in this position where Horn Francis is. Didn't want the 32. And so I swapped Kako back down to the forward line and taking Connor Stone's score, which I would have been 3 points better off. Well, actually, I don't think either score would have counted towards my best 18 anyway, so it doesn't matter. All right, so where were we? On the Rucks. Tristan Sherry, 94, quite disappointing. Up against Grundy, who I think Rucks have been scoring very well against lately. But, coming off the week he did, he was probably a bit underdone with that, sort of hamstring sort of injury. This 3 ruck structure. Is it just me, or does none of the Rucks seem to be scoring very well at the moment? Anyway, 94. Hopefully he's back to his best soon. At least he played, I guess. Max Gawn, 122. Now, in the first half, if I had hair, I was going to be tearing it out, because this guy, he's dropping marks, missing targets by hand. Oh, man, I was like, what is going on here? And then in the second half, hey, you learned how to mark again, you learned how to hit a target, and you had a pretty strong second half. So, hopefully he's back. Hopefully, stuff that he's got going on, be a bit better. If you don't have him, would you trade him in? Not sure, but he's a lot cheaper than what I got him for. Same with Cherry. Anyway, Boyd didn't play. McRae, 100 on the dot. Everyone's got him. Bailey Smith, 108. I think if you didn't have him from last week, everyone's got him in now. Caleb Daniel, 92. Yeah, pretty good. Everyone's got him too. Humpty Dumpty, 64. Man, I watched the last minute of that game, and he's got the ball right at the end of the game. Then siren goes, kicks the ball out, into the stands. Hope that didn't count as negative Supercoach points. That was very silly, Bailey, if that did happen. But anyway, 64. A lot of people will be disappointed with this, but if you look at his fixture, so he's got North Melbourne next, and then. Wait, how do I get to... Okay, and then he's got Richmond. So a couple of easier games coming up there, and then Sydney and Brisbane, which be a bit harder. But if he can score well against these two, he'll at least make us, should score us some points on field and give us some cash. So yeah, I'm not too worried at the moment. Davidson, 54. After last week's 120 something or whatever it was, has come back down to earth. But at the end of the day, he's rookie score, and he'll still have a low break even. Yep, negative 32. So still some money to make there. Kako will be back this week. Stone, yeah, he's just poo-poo. I think it was about 10 GWS players that turned up against the Eagles, and I look at where's Stone? Oh, jeez. He's on less than 30. What the hell? Anyway. Aiden Johnson, he got dropped. Hopefully he can be back soon. Kick a couple of goals for Casey on the weekend. And then Tom DeConning, 101. The lowest score of the year. What was when I had him vice captain. Of course it was. Alright, so... I might not discuss trades yet because I'm a bit worried about Henderson's job security, so maybe look at trading him. And yeah, I might look at that further in the trades vice captain video that I'm going to do. And yeah, alright, cool. So yeah, that is the end of this video. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.